Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for last Epoch, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the build that I'm going to play just after the campaign. So I'm now going to start doing monolites. I already did a couple of them. So what is this build? So at the moment I'm level 61. It's a bleed build. It's using Warpath, it's using Holy Aura, it's using Manifest Armor, it's using Lunge, and it's using Sigil of Hope. My equipment is a two-handed spear that I'm going to use. So what is the plan? I'm going to start with the gameplay. Just watch the gameplay. If you don't like it, you can just close the video. After the gameplay, I'm going to show you guys the gear. I'm going to show you guys the mastery class, and I'm going to show you guys the skill specialization tree. So enjoy the gameplay, and I see you guys after the gameplay.
Down or die. Stand down or die.
Okay, I'm going to talk now about the stats and the gear, what is important. So I didn't do anything special. So what I found, what I thought was good, I crafted a little bit on it. I got a video about it, check it out. Simple crafting, just put some affixes on it. That's all what I did. So there is no min-maxing. So I'm going to show you guys first the stats, because that's important. So I focus a lot on strength. Why on strength? Because Warpath is very hard buffed with strength. So if you go to Warpath and you push Alt, you can see that for every strength, Warpath is going to do 4% more damage per point strength. That's a lot. So I got 116 increased damage just by my strength, because I got 29 multiplied 4, that's a lot. So if you can get strength on your items, if you find an item with strength, don't think it's not important. Strength is very important. So you guys can see I got movement speed 26, health regeneration 20, and mana regeneration 12. So it seems that in this game it's just the same like in Path of Exile. So the cap is 75, try to get everything to 75. Do a little bit of crafting if you can, simple crafting, and it's not that complicated to get it to 75. So then the next what is important, I focus a lot on critical strike chance. At the moment I got 17, but I want to bring it a lot higher. My critical strike multiplier is 210. I focus mainly on melee damage, that's buffed with 252%. And of course attack speed is very important too. Why I'm saying that? Because that's what you need to find on weapons and items. If you find that, so critical strike chance, attack speed is important, multiplier, and melee damage. That are the 4 ones, and I like leech on my weapon too, because you just saw the gameplay that was without leech normally. I got always on my weapon leech. So damage over time is really good too, to stack the bleed higher, what I saw. So my defenses is this, not a lot, I didn't focus that much on it. I think now with getting higher in the monolites, I need to start focusing more on defensive. Minion, I got 2, but that's not really important. And other, you can see I got 112% chance, so I always inflict bleed, and the bleed is ticking for 219. That's cool. You can just go to a pack and they die. You will see it ticking, and that's really fun. So for the equipment, so the equipment is very basic. So if you go through the campaign, you will see, so your weapon is making your DPS. That's how it works. So I worked with 2 weapons. So I'll show you guys it. This is a weapon that I used for a long time. So you can see it here. No, it's not this one, it's this one. So I used the entire campaign almost this weapon. I'm not sure when it drops. But what is important, you can see a lot of melee damage. The critical strike is here. The melee damage leads as health is important. And then the increased melee attack speed. I crafted this on this weapon. This is very big to boost the DPS. Then, when I started to come at the end of the campaign, this started to drop. And this is very good too. So you see, once again, melee damage. This was like an upgrade, very big upgrade for me. So if you come here, try to find this kind of spear. So melee damage, 180 melee critical strike chance. Let's have a look. Is this the maximum? Yeah, this is almost the maximum. Therefore, it's so good. But you can see you find it a lot of times. I already found 3-4 of them the last hour that I played. So they are not really that rare. Increased melee damage on the affixes. Attack speed would be really great. And here I don't have the leech. So this is my other one that I'm using. So I found this one just before the video. Increased damage over time is, by the way, boosting your bleed. So that's always what is coming back. So you only need to use 2. And then I found this one too. This is boosting my DPS with a lot. Increased melee attack speed 61. You can see it here. 4,630 damage on Warpath. If I equip this one, 6,116. So that's the most important thing, that's your weapon. So for the helmet, you can see it here, just armor and resistance I got here. Increased mana is important too, because the problem with Warpath is that if you turn around, and if you use, you are not going to do mana regeneration when you do it. If you do alt, you can see it here. You can, you have no mana regen while spinning, and that's a pity. So you need to have mana regen, and you need to have a lot of mana too, because you use, when you're spinning, you are going to use a lot of other spells or skills. Therefore, I put it on the helmet. So for the amulet, I'm using a Jade amulet, increased melee attack speed, because I like to go really fast. Increased critical strike, you guys, it's always the same that comes back. Then for the chest, armor, physical resistance, mana, and elemental resistance and health. Very, very basic. Health is important. I got 1000 health, otherwise you die. If you run out of health, you're dead. Here, once again, I'm using the copper rings, because they got as an explicit increased critical strike chance. And then once again, the resistance and strength. Here we, just the same, here I got increased mana regeneration. For the belt, this is important. So here I buffed my mana again. So yeah, not that special. For the gloves, armor, increased mana. Here I got increased melee attack, 1 strength, and then elemental resistance. For the boots, so I'd suggest that you get as much as possible movement speed on the boots. Always good in ARPGs. So therefore I got this. Here I got 26 movement speed on it. Dodge, elemental resistance, and this is very important too. So you're using a melee skill. So you can see I use this one. Why? Because the explicit is 20 mana and -3 melee attack mana cost. So that's really good. It's going to lower the mana cost on Warpath. Increase critical strike chance again. And then, yeah, resistance. For the idols, I didn't do anything special. They are not good. If I found something, I just put it on. So this is not, yeah, good. There is one that is good for the build, is this one. So it increased critical strike chance, but for the otherwise this is good too. Increased damage over time to buff my bleed, but otherwise I can show you guys it, but it's just crap. I found something and I just put it on. So it's not optimized at all. So that's it, guys, for the gear that you need to have. It's always the same that comes back. Resistance, attack speed, critical strike chance, melee damage, critical strike multiplier, and on your weapon put melee damage leech as health. Now I'm going to show you guys the skills and the mastery. Okay, the mastery class. So I started in Sentinel with 20 points because you need to have 20 points, otherwise you cannot go to Forge Guard. So I took 5 in Juggernaut, I took 10 in Relentless, and I took 5 in Valiant Charge. Then Forge Guard, so I took 10 here. 10 strength, increased melee damage. I took 5 here, just to come to this one. This is going to buff your melee damage with 80%. Then I took 8 in this Smelter Might. Why? 56 bleed chance, and then doubled because I got a two-handed weapon, 100% bleed chance the entire time. You need to take these two to get your Manifest Armor. And then the last one is the Paladin Mastery that I'm using. 8 points here, very good to buff elemental resistance. Here I took 10 points, 150 more health. And then here I'm going to 7. What is the plan? Probably I'm going to take those two. Just to get the bleed, and then I can change around, but I will make an endgame build too, but this is just at level 61. Here you need to use this one too, and then yeah, that's it. So that were the mastery points that I'm using at this moment. Okay guys, and now it's time for the skills, and we are going to start first with this skill. So let's have a look where it is. Sigil of Hope. So Sigil of Hope is something very cool. It's going to buff your fire damage and your health regeneration. It's like a buff that you place on yourself, and it can stack to the amount of sigils that you got. For me, that's 4. So what do you need to do? You just, when you go to battle, you do this, and now you got 4 times the buffs that it's going to give. But that's not all, you got a tree too on spells in this game. So what is my tree? So if you use it, everything that is in the tree is going to be in the buff too. And that makes it very strong. So I got 5 points here. So Sigil increase the damage of you and your allies with 25%. That's a lot. So for every sigil, then I took 1 point here, 1 point here. So you have a chance to summon a sigil when you kill an enemy. Very important. It's only 6%, but you will kill a lot of enemies, so it's going to renew it. That makes it really strong. And then you go here to the right. Sigil grant you and your allies at the additional endurance threshold. That's really good. So that's life before your HP. And then here I took 5 points. It's just longer up. And then here is an extra one. I took 1 point here too. So you can see I got now 4,630. If I'm going to buff the sigils, you can see the amount of DPS it giving more. So it's really strong in the build. So that's the Sigil of Hope. And now I'm going to talk about Lunge. The next skill is Lunge. So Lunge is the skill that is your movement skill. So that's the one that you use to charge in enemies and packs of enemies. But it's going to do a lot of damage too. So because I buffed it a lot, therefore I'm using the two-handed spear. So let's have a look to the tree. So you guys can see here I took 2 points in this one. So to get the cooldown down. Then I took 4 points in this one. So maximum damage 200%. This is probably the one that I'm going to put 1 point more in, because I can still get 3 points. Then here I took 1 point. This is why I'm using the spear. So you can see here, this is going to buff it. This is going to give 9% more crit, and this is going to use Javelin. So if you saw the gameplay, if I use Lunge and I charge in, you see that he's using a Javelin. The Javelin looks like a Javelin, like a red arrow that they throw out. Then I took 3 points in this one, and then I took 3 points in this one. So if I do Lunge, I got 75% to use Smite too. I'm going to probably put my last point in this one too, that I always got 100%. So that was the Lunge. Now I'm going to show you guys the Armored Manifest. Yeah, that's the next one. The next one is the Manifest Armor. So it's like a minion. And you guys can see it here, his stats. So why is it so good? I was really amazed how much damage that he does. How long he's alive, and he's following you really quick. You guys saw it in the gameplay, so I'm not sure that the end build will keep this fellow, but I think for now it's really good. Every damage that we can have is always welcome, because you cannot do a lot more than just turning around the entire time and use other skills when turning around. So there was a slot open to use this dude. So I took this one. So I started here. I took 1 point over here, Iron Crest. So he's going to take a lot of stats from your armor, your gloves, your boots and all that stuff. Then I took 4 points here. So I gave him damage. That's really cool, but he's got a little bit less health, 32%. It's not a little bit, it's a lot, but still he stays alive. I'm not sure how long he's going to stay alive if I go higher in the difficulty, but we will see. Then I took 1 point here, I took 3 points over here. Manifest armor gains increased effect of stats from your boots. Then I took 1 point here, he can taunt enemies, always handy. And then I took here, he cannot be stunned. Very handy too, because if you got a minion, he's stunned in the corner, yeah. You can just go alone too, you know. Then I took 2 points here. I took 1 point here. So your manifest armor gains melee physical damage equal to the proportion of the armor of your body armor. That's really good. So he got a lot of damage because, yeah, I got a lot of armor on my chest armor. Then I took 2 points here, and then this one is important too, that he can heal himself the entire time. So that was the minion. Now it's time to talk about Warpath. The next skill is Warpath. So you guys can see at the moment I got 4630 damage per second. So you can see here everything if you push Alt. This is your main skill. What did I take here for this skill in 3? So I started here. So I would suggest if you start the game that you take this right away. At the start of the game, take 5 points here. Why? Because it's going to lower the channel cost, and that's very big. So it's at the moment at 1 mana, otherwise you cannot keep turning around. Then I went to this area, so take 1 point here. This is very big. So this is one of the biggest damage boosters for Warpath. So you can already see it, Warpath deals more damage. This effect is doubled while using a two-handed weapon or dual wielding. So if you take 5 points, you get 40% damage more. Multiply 2 is 80%. So this 5 points is going to make your Warpath 80% more damage. That's big. 1 point here, and this is very important too. I took 4. Maybe if my gear is getting better, I can lower the points here, but now at the moment I need it. So it's going to just give mana per 3 seconds with the 2-hand 28. So that means this is giving from my 10 mana regeneration, what is it, 9 every second. So just take it. And I took 1 point here too. Where I'm going to take the other points, probably 2 points in this one. Because movement speed is very important if you turn around. So I can still take, this is now 10% more movement speed. If you are spinning, but if I take 2 more points, it's 30%. But that's something for the end build. Now, to end this video, I'm going to show you guys Holy Aura, and then I showed you guys all the skills. Okay guys, the last skill is Holy Aura, and this is a very good one. So you are going to use it when it's off cooldown and when you're in a pack of enemies. So you do this and then you use it. And why it's so good? You can just see it. So you are going to get 30% increased damage. That's very big. You are going to get 15% additional elemental resistance. And activating Holy Aura doubles the stats bonus for 4 seconds. So you can see it's a very good spell. Therefore I use it. That's not all, because I'm going to show you guys a skill tree. There is a lot of stuff linked in the skill tree that is going to be activated too. So you can see only with this aura that I use, it's going to buff my DPS with a lot. It's like 1000 and a little bit, 25% more DPS. Here you can see it. I will do it again. 4630, it goes to 5800. Therefore it's very good. And of course at the start of the game it's going to buff your elemental resistance too. Because it's probably not capped at the start. So it's a very, very, very good aura. Therefore, it's in the build too. So let's have a look to the skill tree. So I start here, I took 2 points here, health regen is 20% more. I took this one too, this is probably going to be out of it because it's a waste of a point, but now it's really good. I had a lot of trouble in the campaign with poison, therefore I took it. But this is more important, this is probably going to stay for the end build, this one. So if you use Holy Aura, you're going to get 50% more physical damage. You're going to get 9% more attack speed, very big. You're going to get 40% critical strike chance. You're going to get 10% more critical multiplier. So it's a very good aura. So therefore it boosted my DPS with a lot. Yeah, that was it, guys. I cannot say more. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit how you need to play it, the build, and then I'm going to end the video. Okay, the last part, I'm going to show you guys really quick how you need to play it. It's very simple. So you buff yourself with 4 Sigils of Hope. Then you're just going to use Lunge. If you got the opportunity at the start of the game in the campaign, you need to use it a little bit more. Get your buddy up and then you just charge in with Lunge. If it is cooldown, you turn around and that's all what you need to do. You need to see how much damage Lunge is doing. Then if Holy Aura is off cooldown, you just use it for the extra DPS. And I will show you guys even with this build how much damage Bleed is doing. So you can see it here. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, okay, they are already dead. So let's do it on this pack here. And now I'm running away. No, they were not strong enough. I want to show you guys the ticking of Bleed. Here. So I'm going to do this and run away, and you can see everything is just dying. Because the Bleed is ticking for 2 under 2. So here you can see it. So that's really fun. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun if you play the build. The next video is going to be the endgame build, but I need to check it out because I never played this game, by the way. So this is totally new for me. I'm not sure what is incoming, but I think I can min-max this build to a very high DPS. See you guys later. Bye-bye.